Most players overlook Sven Schaefer, and that's a huge mistake. If you're serious about rider rallies, siege damage, and melting defenses, Sven can quietly become one of the nastiest support heroes in Doomsday Last Survivors. But if you build him correctly. Let's go. All right, who is Sven Schaefer? All right, Sven is a legendary rider support hero built primarily for siege and rally pressure. Unlike pure DPS riders like Bella, Elena, Sven's job is to buff your rider squads, increase damage during pushes, help crack structures, and defend targets. Provide utility instead of pure burst. Think of Sven as a force multiplier rather than your main carry. Okay, let's break down his skills here. First skill is called Burning Hatred. That's his rage skill. Deals direct damage to a target squad and increases your travel speed by 15% for 5 seconds. Next skill is called Gang Fight. It is a passive skill. It increases rider squad attack by 6% and defense by 6%. Next skill is called Wild Hunter. It's a passive skill. When leading only rider squads, damage taken is reduced by 5%. Next skill is called Rampage of Doom. Reduces damage taken by 4% during siege. Basic attacks have 20% chance to deal additional damage to garrison squads. All right, let's talk about some of his talents here. All right, depending on what you're doing in the game is where you're going to put your talents. You can either do it through siege, rider, or support. But more than likely, you're going to put your more points into rider, but let's see what they recommend. They recommend rider and support. Now with this, you're going to be focusing on more of attack, march speed, rage generation, and damage amplification. Now if you're doing any kind of tower burning or structure attacks, you'll be focused on siege, rider, support. You'll be focused on structure damage, sustained defense, durability during pushes. Okay, now when it comes to weapons, what you're going to be focused on for Sven is anything with, as far as priority attacks, anything with rider attack, rider hit points, skill damage, march speed, rage recovery. All right, you're going to avoid any kind of defense heavy gear unless you're using him as in like longer rallies. Now the definite recommended weapon type is going to be the explosive launcher, high skill weapon damage, rider specific legendary gear. And what your goal should be is to buff the squad, cycle skills faster, and burn targets down. All right, so whenever you're going to be pairing him up with any other hero, you want to make sure you put him in his assistant slot, not the primary slot. All right, so we don't have the character that I would recommend right now is Bella. I'll try to put a picture on here if I can remember. You're going to pair him with Bella. And why this is going to work is Bella's going to provide strong rider offense, Sven amplifies rider damage, and this is an excellent rally combination. This is one of the most classic pairings that we have in the game. Now, if you're doing any kind of aggressive PvP, you're going to get Elena, which I think I do have. I'm pretty sure I do. You're going to pair him with Elena. Make sure you have him, like I said, put him in the rider spot or the secondary. And the reason why Elena's going to do burst, Sven's going to be the support buffs. You'll get faster kills. The only downside about this, if you're not killing them fast enough, this lineup's going to be squishy, okay? Now, if you're looking for a well setup, you're going to have Thunder Peterson and you're going to have Sven. You're going to pop these two together, both of these guys. And the only thing good about this one is that Thunder's going to tank, Sven's going to support, rally damage increases, and this is very scary in Alliance Wars. And if you're looking for a budget rider setup, you're going to have Freya and Sven. No ideal late game, or it's not ideal for late game, but it's solid for growing your account nonetheless. And I think I remember a long time ago when the game first came out, they introduced Sven and Freya, and I don't remember if that's his daughter. He has a daughter in the game, I remember, if I remember correctly. I would have to look at one of my older videos and see what's going on. But they removed him from the game for a long time. It was like about 3 or 4 characters they took out of the game, like completely. And then maybe a couple months later, they brought them back a different way. I don't know if they changed their name, they changed their story, or whatever they did. They did something with these guys. So if you had them, you lost them. I remember, I was mad. Now, when it comes to the beasts for Sven, you're going to have an attack-focused rider beast. You're going to look for beasts that provide rider attack, skill damage, rage generation, and you're going to prioritize all this over pure defense. Now, with the beast traits, it'd be anything with rider attack percent, crit burst damage, skill damage, march speed. Now, if you siege consistently, you're going to use a beast with structure damage bonus, damage amplification, and debuff support. Now, just to recap, Sven excels in tower rallies, structure attacks, rider marches, alliance wars, siege events. All right, where he's going to struggle is going to be zombie farming, hive minds, early game progression, general open field. All right, so we're going to ask that question. We're going to answer the question that we asked earlier in the video. Is Sven, should you invest in Sven, basically? Yes, if you main riders, if you enjoy PvP, you participate in alliance wars, you love siege gameplay. No, if you're free to play and resource starved, you need a universal carry, or you focus zombie and PvE. So me personally, I'm not going to invest in him this time at this very moment, at the time of this recording. Maybe in the future I might go ahead and try to invest in him. I remember he used to be really good. I don't think he's very good anymore. I'm not sure. I don't think he is, but I don't see it right now. But let me know in the comments below. I could be wrong. I don't mind if you guys correct me in the comments. I might have missed something or something like that. But if this video did see you guys well and you guys enjoy this content, make sure you guys drop the like on the video. And also, if you guys want to see more Doomsday Last Survivors content such as this, make sure you guys come back to this channel and don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.